Morning. We are going to start talking today about variables in experiments, and we're going to be able to pick out and choose the different variables that are listed. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get rid of my picture, and I'm going to bring up a PowerPoint. So let me get this started here. All right, so this one is going to be on identifying variables. Okay. Variables are things that vary and change, and I'm sorry, I thought I had turned off the little dings and all the little things in this PowerPoint, but whatever, we'll make it okay. Variables are things that vary and change. Okay. In any experiment, there are always going to be at least 3 variables. There's an independent variable, or an input variable, and a dependent variable, or an outcome variable, and then controlled or constant variables. And this last one is the one where there's lots and lots of them. So let's kind of take a look at each type as we talk about my tomato plant experiment. Okay, in this experiment, let me move this out of the way. In this experiment, I'm wanting to find out what amount of water makes my tomato plants grow the most tomatoes. So my tomato plant over here, I'm trying to get as many tomatoes as I can out of my plant. So I want to know how much water will make them grow the most tomatoes. Okay. So again, there's 3 kinds of variables. The independent variable is something that is changed by the scientist. It's what is tested and what is manipulated. In my tomato plant experiment, what am I going to change here or manipulate? I'm in charge of testing this one thing. So I'm going to change it in each one of the tomato plants that I have. Any ideas? Okay. Well, my independent variable is going to be, where did it go? The amount of water that I give my plant. Because I want to find out how much water will make my plants grow the most tomatoes. I might give tomato plant number 1 500 milliliters of water per day. I might give tomato plant 2 100 milliliters of water per day, and tomato plant 3 might only get 500 milliliters of water a week. So I'm changing the amount of water that I give each plant. So that is my independent variable. Okay. The dependent variable is something that might be affected by the change, or it's what is observed and or measured. It's the result or the data collected during the investigation. So let's go back to our tomato plant experiment. Okay, in this experiment, I'm wanting to find out what amount of water makes my tomato plants grow the most tomatoes. So again, my independent variable we said was how much water, and now we've got to figure out what kind of data we're going to take from the result of the different amounts of water. Okay, what am I going to measure or observe with my tomato plants? And that would be my dependent variable. Okay, my dependent variable in this case is the number of tomatoes. Okay. It is what I'm measuring or observing to see what amount will allow the most tomatoes. Now, control variables are variables that are not changed. They're also called constant variables, and they allow for a fair test or a fair experiment. So let's look at that. What are some variables that could change, but they need to remain constant or controlled in order to keep our data pure, meaning the number of tomatoes on the plants was only affected by the amount of water we gave them and not something else. What about the amount of sunlight? Okay. The same type of soil, the same amount of fertilizer, the same size pot, the same type of tomato plant. So all of these things would need to be kept the same for each one of my tomato plants. The only thing that I'm going to change is the amount of water that I give them. Here's some more examples. Students of different ages are given the same jigsaw puzzle to put together. They were timed to see how long it took to finish the puzzle. So what do you guys think? Students of different ages were given the same jigsaw puzzle to put together. They were timed to see how long it took them to finish the puzzle. So we're going to identify the variables in this investigation. So what is our independent variable? Okay, it is the ages of the students. So we could have chosen, fifth graders versus seventh graders versus nursing home people that are older in age. So we are choosing the age of the students. The dependent variable, or what we're going to measure, is the time it took to put the puzzle together. Okay? The time was observed and measured by the scientist, and then some of the control variables were the same puzzle. So all the participants were given and tested with the same puzzle. It wouldn't have been fair if we'd tested some had an easy 30-piece puzzle and some had a 500-piece puzzle. Okay? So same puzzle. Here's another example. An investigation was done with an electromagnetic system made from a battery and a wire wrapped around a nail. Different sizes of nails were used, and the number of paper clips that the electromagnet could pick up was measured. You probably did this experiment in one of your earlier classes in elementary school. So what are the variables? My independent variable is going to be the size of nails. Okay, these were changed. You chose the size of nail that you used in your experiment, or the different sizes of nails. What we were going to measure, our dependent variable, our data, is the number of paper clips that were picked up. And some controls were the same size battery, the same brand of battery, the same size wire, the same type of nail. None of these items were changed. They were all the same. Here's one more. The higher the temperature of water, the faster an egg will boil. So let's think about the independent variable here. What are you in charge of changing? The higher the temperature of water, the faster an egg will boil. Now, sometimes it's easier if you're confused to figure out what you're going to measure. What are you trying to figure out? And that will be your dependent variable. So the higher the temperature of water, the faster an egg will boil. So we're going to time maybe how fast the egg will boil. So we're choosing as our independent variable the temperature of the water. So let's check ourselves. Independent variable is the temperature of the water. Dependent variable is the time to cook an egg. So what would be some controls in this situation? Let me run back to this. Okay? The higher the temperature of water, the faster an egg will boil. There's not anything else listed here, so controls would, again, keep the experiment fair. So what would be something that would need to be, or things that would need to be the same? Remember, the only thing we're going to change is the temperature of the water. Let's look. Okay. All right, the type of egg. So it wouldn't be fair if we used an ostrich egg and like a chicken egg, because there's a big difference in the size of those eggs. So it would take probably longer to cook that ostrich egg than a regular chicken egg. The same. What else? Let's see. Let's go back. There's lots of others. The same temperature of the room where you're boiling the water. The same size pot, the same amount of water. Everything would be the same except the temperature. The temperature of water was measured at different depths of a pond. So my independent variable here is the depth of the water. What I'm going to measure is the temperature. And some controls would be I'm using the same thermometer. All right, well, we are finished with this, and there is a practice sheet in Google Classroom, so go ahead and see if you can practice on picking some of these variables out. You can work with a partner. Remember to keep our masks on. Let's stay safe. Okay, love you guys.